Hey, good afternoon, Petal First Baptist Church family. Just want to bring you an August update about where we are in our church family and where we are moving ahead. I know all of you are fully aware of the COVID surge that's been happening over the last several weeks. Your church staff and church leadership have been watching this and been talking about it the last couple of weeks in particular about what, if any, adjustments we might need to make to our schedule. We certainly are not reacting or responding in fear. We're trying to be as proactive as we possibly can based off the numbers, based off talking to health experts in our church, and also making the recommendations that we think are the most prudent and wise. Now let me clearly say we're not responding out of fear, out of anxiety or worry. We believe the Lord has us in His hands. As we've talked about this summer, we're living sheltered in the shadow of God. Psalms talks all about that, and we've been talking about that. We believe that. We also want to be wise and respectful, love our neighbor well, and try not to be a part of spreading COVID as much as we possibly can. I know there's still a lot of controversy about vaccines and about masks and all those kinds of things, and we're not interested in getting that debate or in the middle of those conversations, but we want to be as safe and as careful as we can, but yet still gather to worship as much as we possibly can. So going forward, after we've had these conversations, prayerful conversations, we believe this will be the best path for our church for the month of August. We don't want to flip-flop back and forth week to week. We want to go ahead and set a schedule for August and then evaluate at the end of the month and kind of see where we are. The first schedule adjustment we're going to make is on Sunday mornings. Beginning this Sunday, August the 8th, we're going to go back to 2 worship services. That means we'll have a worship service at 8:15 as well as at 10:45. Now we'll also have the children's kids worship room open for overflow that will also live stream the service in on the big screen that will allow you to spread out. If you don't want to be in the worship center, then you can spread out even more in one of those, that extra venue. If you have smaller kids and don't feel comfortable bringing them to the preschool, and you also could gather there with other folks and be spread out there in our kids worship area and not worry about your kids. They can move around and have a lot of space in between. We're also planning at this point to continue life groups. Our attendance has been such that we believe we can easily socially distance in those classrooms and those areas, and so we might have to make adjustments with 1 or 2 of those groups, but for the most part we believe we can socially distance in our life groups at this juncture. Our students will be upstairs. They're going to move their Wednesday nights basically to Sunday mornings, and so they'll be able to socially distance upstairs as well as our kids and our preschool. The second thing we're going to do is we're not going to start back our Wednesday night schedule. We originally were scheduled to start that back next Wednesday night, August the 11th, but we believe it's in the best interest of our church family to just hold off on that for a few weeks and perhaps start that after Labor Day. Now some of you might ask, well, why will we do that? Well, we want to try to limit our exposure. We still want to gather to worship together as much as we can, but we also want to limit our exposure as much as we can. And doing suppers on Wednesday nights is a little more difficult during COVID style. Trying to spread out a lot in the fellowship hall becomes more problematic if we have enough numbers. And so we just feel like it's in the best interest after talking with our leadership and our staff that we'll just hold off on that. That's not our desire. We don't want to do that, but we just believe for this season, right this minute, that's probably the best course of action. Also ask you to do a couple other things as you do come into the building. We're going to ask everyone, of course, to use hand sanitizer like we always have been doing. We're also going to ask you to wear a mask again. Now I know you are as excited about this as I am. You can look at my face and tell wearing a mask last week during a health fair and other times, not so much fun, and my face breaks out. But we believe that that's probably the best course of action after talking to some of the health professionals in our church who we trust and respect a lot, that we believe that's the best course of action to take. Again, I know there's a lot of controversy about masks and vaccines and all those kinds of things, but we're just going to take that course of action this season. We're not going to require anybody, but we're going to ask as much as possible to do that. We're going to ask you to stay socially distanced, spread out in the sanctuary, spread out when you're in life groups, kind of let the hugging go for a while and back to the fist bumps, those kinds of things, just so we can be careful and not cause any more spread of COVID. There's some other things that I've put in the email there, and I hope you'll take advantage of reading that. If you don't get our emails now, I hope that you will sign up for those. You can do that by calling the church office at 601-545-3198, or you can email us at office@petalfbc.com. Be sure to continue to check out your social media, our texting. If you're not signed up for that, again, you can contact the church office. We'd love to get you signed up for the texting platform so you can get the most immediate, up-to-date information. As we do know, things will more than likely change as we walk through this season. If we can help serve you in any way during this season, your staff is here for you. If you need a meal train, if you need assistance with anything, please let us know. We want to serve you and help be the body of Christ the best that we possibly can. We've got multiple people in our church who do have COVID. We have one in the hospital, so we will be praying for these folks that they would recover quickly and they will be able to get out of the hospital. One that's in the hospital will be able to get out as quickly as possible. Again, we look forward to things being back to normal. I know we certainly were headed that way, and it's disappointing and frustrating for us as much as it is for you. So we'll continue to move forward. We'll continue to give you updates every single week or more often if it's needed. So stay tuned to what our social media channels and again, our texting and our emails. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. I look forward to seeing you this Sunday. Again, whether it's in person or you can check us out on our live streams at petalfbc.com/live, our Facebook page at Petal FBC, or on our YouTube channel, Petal FBC as well. You can catch it all there, live stream at 8:15 or at 10:45. Again, hope you have a great week, and I'll see you Sunday. God bless.